Hello, my dears, divas of Sexy Wealthy Divas. It is Saturday morning, and I am taking a pause while preparing for a sweat lodge, a women's sweat lodge. There are about 6 or 7 women coming to join us today in the lodge to pray. It is a between new moon and solstice, so we're going to gather up both full moon and solstice. So we're gathering both sets of energy. And I haven't had time to write to you. If you've been following along, you know I'm getting my house ready to sell, and that involves lots of cleaning and painting. In fact, I should show you my freshly painted floor. Right now you have a view of a maple tree and a willow tree. So I wanted to take a moment in my stillness to, while I'm waiting for people to arrive, to talk to you for a minute. I miss you. And I miss my mission. I feel like I am cleaning up my past, literally, as I deep clean, and I'm changing colors in the house and getting it ready to leave, to welcome a new owner, to make big shifts, to release lots of energy. That's one of the things. My coach, Vanessa, talks a lot about cleaning up messes, and she's not the only one. Most everyone I've ever worked with as a mentor or teacher or priestess understands the power of cleaning up messes. And you know, when you live in a 12-room house for 23 years, there's messes that you don't even look at anymore. I'm still finding my late ex-husband's messes, my 2 sons' messes, and of course my own messes. And poignantly, I'm still finding little hairballs from my cats. I say, oh, that color, that's Miss Muffet. Anyway, there's a lot. And every corner I scrub, every box I open, it releases memories, and many of them are good, and some of them are like, oh, I wish I had known then what I know now. I wish I had had the confidence or courage to make a different decision then. So, cleaning up messes, whatever kind of messes they are, whether they're a relationship mess or a clutter mess or a money mess or an idea about yourself kind of mess, it releases energy. And guess what you get to do with that energy? You get to create something. You get to create something new. And you get to, I'm sorry, somebody, one of the Sweat Lodge divas just texted me and it popped up on my screen. So we are in ceremony. People are on their way. So let me just pause on that for a moment. I think I've made that point. Clean up messes, release energy for creativity. So perhaps you'll take some time to sit under a tree today and think about what is a mess you can clean up very easily right now, and what will you do with the energy? Or maybe you'll come at it from another angle, which could be even more powerful. Maybe you could say, what's something that I am called to create that divine is asking me, even demanding that I create, give, do? And what's holding me back? What kind of mess is soaking up the energy? What is something I'm holding on to or avoiding? Holding on and avoiding wastes a lot of energy. I'm an expert, and I am stopping the holding on. And I can't even begin to tell you. I know what the mission is. I know what I know of it. I know a piece of it. And I used to think that keeping this place, this land, was how my mission was going forward. And it's just, even speaking to you right now, this is why it's good to talk out loud sometimes, because I learn things I don't even get when I'm writing. In order for me to move forward with my mission, I have to let go of this land. I don't know if that makes it any easier. But it's a blessing. It's a blessing to realize that by letting go of some things that I love very dearly, I am opening up space and releasing energy that's going to make possible things that I love just as much. Things that I love that I don't even know yet. Things that I love, that I've loved for a long time, and I've somehow held back. And it's not that I've done anything wrong by holding on, because timing is now. It has to be now. It couldn't have been last year or the year before or 10 years ago, and it can't be next year. It's now. So I'm on time with this particular letting go, this particular process. So this morning, I went up to the lodge. Let's see if I can show you the lodge. Maybe the best thing, I don't want you to be seasick. Oh, look. Now you can see my field. I'm going to move slowly so you don't get seasick. Usually I do this on a tripod. You've seen photographs. I'm always showing you pictures. There's the fairy apple tree right out there. It's hollow, and there are 4 different varieties of apples on it. And yes, fairies live in there. And right up there, can you see it? Yes, you can see the sweat lodge and the green tarps in the distance. It's cloudy today, but warm. And I bet you can hear the birds. All good. I don't know what that is, but it's gorgeous. So, and while we're at it, I'll show you my porch, my red porch, and my clean white roof, ceiling, and rafters on my porch. And I even painted a picnic table that was in bad shape. So I found some spare paint left over from some old projects and used that up. It's not all work. Some of it's fun. So this morning I went up to the lodge to pray very early, about 7 o'clock, and get ready. And the message came, and it's a familiar message. It's a message I live by. But it became, I said, I'm listening, because I've been too busy to listen lately. When I don't listen, I don't have anything to share with you, and I feel disconnected. And I made time to listen. I have to, because we're in ceremony today. And what came was the reminder. You can only go as expansive into spirit as you can go deep into soul. And spirit is this connection to the ethers, to the universe. Soul is a connection to the ethers and the universe, but it's in your body. And I just put my hand on my womb. Here's my bear. This is the only bear I saw in Yellowstone 30 years ago, 30 years ago, whenever it was. And I still have the sweatshirt. And I have white bear earrings that my sister Jane gave me. I wear those for ceremony. So you can only go as far into spirit as you can go deep into soul. You can only go as high in your awareness as you can go deep within to your depths, your shadows, if you will. You can only go as far out as you can go inside. And that is the medicine for today's lodge. And it's good medicine. It's good medicine for the solstice. The solstice next, I think it's next Wednesday. Yes, it's next Wednesday here in the eastern part of the United States. The solstice is, it's when, okay. I guess I need to cut this short because people are in process, coming to ceremony, needing my attention already. The solstice is when the sun stands still. And for those of us in the northern hemisphere, this is high summer, the longest day, the longest number of minutes of sunlight. And it tends to be a time of greater activity, and nature is full of activity. It's green, it's blooming. The birds and the animals and the babies are all happening right now. And I still encourage you to make like the sun and stand still. Stand still on your horizon and maybe turn around slowly and look in 360 degrees. Feel your connection. Where are you in the universe? Where are you on the planet? Where are you in your life? Where is your center? And spend some time with whatever way you go within. It might be ceremony or ritual. It might be silence. It could be a journal. It could be going out into the water or going away from people to be with trees. Find how you go inside. This is so important. It's so important for women. It's important for women at every stage of life, but especially women from menopause onward. And it's the main reason why my work is shifting. I am opening up to the full depth of my work and my mission, which starts with awakening womb magic. In the past, I've taught almost exclusively about sexuality, and if a client needed it, and they all did, I would teach them about womb centering. It was always a part of it. And now I realize that sexuality, I always knew this, but now I'm coming from this place. It's where I start. Sexuality is the front porch. Sexual healing is the front porch and the gateway to the deeper mysteries of the womb. Our sexual energy is our power resource, and the information we need is inside. It is in our womb space. And the connection, that soul connection that I just talked about, that ability to travel this frontier between deep within and far out into spirit, that connection happens in our wombs. And for a lot of us, for all of us, sexuality, pleasure, our experience of being sexual and orgasmic is a way to make that connection. And when we are sexual, when we are orgasmic, we are going deep inside so that we can rise and go out far, far, farther than we can measure. No limits. Energy has no limits. And that is how our bodies can make that trip energetically through this connection of womb and yoni and pleasure and orgasm. So any impediment to having that experience, whether it is ignorance, lack of information, pain and suffering, a lifetime of bad sex, abuse, a lineage, a history, a belief system, anything that is an impediment to making that connection, which happens sexually and it happens ceremonially. It can happen spontaneously. That is the front porch. We address the obstacles. We address I hate to call it ignorance because that sounds like a judgmental term, but in reality it is ignorance that has been imposed upon us. So let's address the forgetting and remedy the forgetting with remembering the power, the truth of the divine feminine dwelling in our wombs and connecting to our hearts, our voices, our minds, and this greater world we live in. That's what I wanted to share with you this morning. And I hope that you are having an exquisite day wherever you are right now. And I will bring you into the lodge in my prayers. I always do. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.